This interaction on the Immigration Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025. Ladies, you are most welcome. Though at Parliament we are very sensitive, we are complaining. Why are you not gender sensitive? That is a question that you may answer, Madam, after the interaction. Otherwise, you are most welcome. Please, for the purpose of our interaction, we request that we do introductions so we can formally know each other. We'll start with your team, thereafter the members present and secretariat. Then I'll still give further guidance. So introductions, Madam.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. My name is Mariah Mulenga, member of the Law Association of Zambia, and here in my capacity as committee member for the Law Reform and Development Committee under the association. Thank you very much for having us.
Please, thank you, Madam.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, members. My name is Nkolya Lungu. I am Legal Officer at the Law Association of Zambia Secretariat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, honorable members. My name is Veronica Nyanga. I'm the Senior Legal Officer at Law Secretariat. Thank you.
Thank you. Is it in order? We know the other lady also. The young lady there. You may introduce yourself there. Use the mic. Just assist there.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Amira, and I'm just gonna be here to watch how you're gonna interact with everyone and what you're gonna do.
Thank you. You are most welcome. You are most welcome. Honorable members, let me start on my immediate left.
Thank you, Chair. Last, good morning. Mubika MP for Shangombo in Eastern Province and a member of the committee. You're welcome.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, witness. I'm Charlie Yota, Member of Parliament for Chairman North and also member of this committee.
Thank you. On my far right.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, witness. I'm Lusale Simbao, Member of Parliament for Luansha constituency.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, witness. Chirundika Derek is my name, a Member of Parliament for Nchanga constituency and also a member of this committee. You are welcome.
Good morning, Laz. I am Spongile Mwamba. I represent the people of Kasama Central constituency and I'm the Vice Chairperson of the committee. You are most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Secretariat.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning, all. My name is Fanu Chiwama from the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Laz. My name is Muchindo Musanje from the Office of the Clerk. Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, I'm retired Brigadier General Mogani Sitwala. I do represent the good people of Kaoma Central constituency in the Western Province. Also privileged by my colleagues here to chair the committee, your Committee of National Security and Foreign Affairs, responsible for oversight over 3 key ministries. That's the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Home Affairs, and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You are most welcome once again as we interact on the National Assembly Bill number 18 of 2025. Even as we request we hear your submission, which we have of course in writing, we request that you do highlight those very important aspects of your submission which you think can have a bearing on this bill, and would allocate you where possible, if you need all of it, 20 minutes, and thereafter we can be able to interact through questions or clarifications arising from your presentation, and will not hesitate to confer you with the immunity under Cap 12 of the laws of Zambia, meaning for as long as you do not mislead us, all is fine. But should you decide to mislead us in your presentation, the same Cap 12 can see you in a court of law. But we note, I think, we have been with Law Association for some time, over a period of time, And indeed, all the witnesses who do appear before our committees of parliament, they always come in good faith, without whether you can mislead us, madam. So I want to believe you are in safe hands. We are in safe hands. So, your submission, madam.
Thank you very much, Chair, members. Chair, if you allow me, before we go into our submission, she's Madam Amara. She's shadowing the last secretariat. She's from the school of the French School of Lusaka,
Okay.
and just here to observe the proceedings for purposes of her school. Thank you very much, Chair.
It's good. It's always good. We welcome them, the younger generation, so they can learn, so they can understand. What is this monster called parliament? How does it operate? Because many of them just see us in the chamber without realizing there's a lot of background work that we do around. So she's most welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, the Law Association of Zambia submits as follows. We're going to start with, just briefly, of course, the positive ramifications of the bill before us today. Chair, we have noted the introduction in Section 2 of the bill of border guards by the Department of Immigration. We have also noted the definition of dependents, illegal immigrants, as well as the definition of terms like work and the inclusion of customary law in relation to those that are eligible for application for spouse permits. Chair, members, the Law Association of Zambia submits that these are indeed very progressive additions in the realm of immigration law, in that they have cleared out the main mischiefs that are currently obtaining under Act number 18 of 2010, and their inclusion is indeed welcome. Chair, secondly, we have seen the expanded permit system under this new bill. It has introduced very progressive permits such as the business permit, the seasonal employment permits, and these are especially important, Chair, for purposes of agriculture. This we do not have currently under the Act. We have also seen the dependence permit. We have seen the temporary study permits, the refugee self-employment permits, Chair, which I would like to emphasize just how progressive this alone is in terms of local integration for the vulnerable communities in our country. Chair, this is indeed progressive. Chair, we have also seen the introduction of the use of firearms for the border guards for purposes of security, and of course the boundaries within which these firearms may be used. Chair, this is indeed progressive because of the profile that comes with managing our borders in the country and ensuring security. Chair, we have also seen the introduction of immigration holding facilities. These are especially helpful, especially that we have a problem in relation to correctional facilities and overcrowding, and the fact that these holding facilities are meant to provide a more humane holding facility for immigrants. This is not only constitutional, it is also human rights sensitive. Chair, we have seen the introduction of summary imposition of penalties. This is greatly going to assist. Currently, we do not have this under Act number 18 of 2010, and this introduction in the bill will ensure that persons that have committed really small offenses do not end up overcrowding our correctional facilities, and instead just are imposed with a summary penalty. So this indeed is also progressive, Chair. Chair, before we move on to what we consider some legal and constitutional concerns, the Law Association of Zambia would like to submit that so far the positive ramifications in the bill are progressive, current with what's obtaining in the migration world, not only globally but also constitutionally, continentally, regionally, and of course is in line with our national policy on migration in Zambia. So this is truly This is truly progressive. Chair, on the opposite arm, we have noted a few legal and constitutional concerns that have been presented in the bill before us. The first one, Chair, would be the definition of a dependent as it relates to a child. And if you look at the definition of a dependent, it restricts the child to being below the age of 7. And while we note that, while we have noted that there are other permits where these children may be eligible to apply for if they go beyond the 7-year bracket, we also note that not every child, there are children with disabilities, children that need constant parental assistance who, because of those disabilities, wouldn't qualify for the other permits under the Immigration Control Bill. In that vein, Chair, it is our proposal and our submission that the definition of a dependent as it relates to a child should be mindful of the fact that other children may still need protection or parental care, but may be above the age of 7, and therefore, if they are above the age of 7, they cannot get a dependence permit or be included on their parents' permit. So perhaps, Chair, with your indulgence, our submission is that the definition be relooked at. Chair, the second point is both progressive, but of course there is need for some safeguards, and this is the introduction of issuance of a residence permit as it relates to investors and meeting the investment threshold as provided under the Investment, Trade and Business Act, and that is under ZDA. Chair, of course, this is a very progressive provision because it will allow those investors that have, according to the Act under ZDA, that have at least $1 million to be issued with residence permits in our country. So that is, of course, economically empowering. However, there is need for us to have thresholds as it relates to ensuring that this investment is not only traceable, but it is tangible and verifiable. Our fear, Chair and members, is that according to ZDA, as long as you make a pledge that you will invest that $1 million, you will be issued with an investment license. No need for verification, no need to ensure that that money is indeed sitting in the bank or in some form of assets. And the legal ramifications of that is that the minute somebody presents that certificate that has been given just based on a pledge, then of course, according to this bill, the Department of Immigration is obligated to issue a residence permit. Chair, if we can have some safeguards, I know right now, even though it's not in the law, the Department of Immigration does verify the funds that these investors bring in, but be mindful that it is not in the law. Right now, they do it as an administrative procedure, but now that we are bringing the eligibility for a residence permit under the law, then perhaps the safeguards to ensure that these investors are actually bringing this money before they are given a residence permit is there. Chair, our third concern is that deportations are excluded from appeals. So right now, as it sits under the bill, if a person is deported from Zambia, they cannot appeal that administrative decision. Chair, as we may know, all administrative decisions are subject to appeals in line with the rules of natural justice. And therefore, the exclusion of an appeal mechanism for deportations does not only go against the constitution of this country, but also is against human rights. So perhaps we could have a look at that. Chair, another submission is that a spouse permit will lapse, or rather a spouse permit will cease to be valid, and this is captured under Section 18, subsection 6 of the bill. a spouse permit will cease to be valid upon the death of the spouse. Chair, the bill further says that an appropriate permit may be issued to that spouse permit holder whose permit has ceased to be valid, and also if that spouse permit holder has held that spouse permit for 4 years, then they can be issued a residence permit. The problem with that, Chair, is that to merely say that for 4 years it's okay, but to merely say that an appropriate permit will be issued after that spouse's spouse permit lapses because their spouse has died is not going to guarantee protection of those foreign spouses, in that they may not qualify for the so-called appropriate permit. Under this bill, for you to be issued any permit, you must meet certain conditions. And in a situation where this spouse does not meet any of those conditions, perhaps they don't have money to invest or they don't have qualifications to work, we may be going against the rules of family reunification in the realm of migration. Perhaps, Chair, it is our submission that that is looked at. Chair, another submission is deportation orders vis-a-vis service of documents. This has been a huge mischief under the current Act in relation to who serves the deportation order and on whom. Under the current Act, number 18 of 2010, it is not clear whether the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs issues this deportation order to the Director General of Immigration, or whether this order is supposed to be issued to the deportee. And Chair, it may interest you to know that this perhaps grey area has led to quite a number of court actions. We have the famous Essen versus the Attorney General. We also have the famous Hassan Sangab versus the Attorney General, where of course the courts tried to clarify this grey area. And it was our hope, Chair, that this would be looked at in the bill. However, it has not been looked at, and it is therefore our submission that perhaps there's need for clarity as regards the same. Chair, this also flows into the lack of a distinction between removals and deportations. These are also very important because it then allows us to know who plays what role, who removes a foreigner from Zambia that is has acted in contravention of the Immigration Act. Is it the minister? Is it the Director General? This as well has brought a lot of problems, especially for practicing lawyers, Chair. It has also brought a lot of problems in terms of applicability of the law in courts. Chair, that is all from the Law Association of Zambia. Our final comment is the bill is overall very progressive, has addressed a lot of concerns, has addressed a lot of mischiefs that have been obtaining on the ground, making practice and enforcement quite difficult. The bill is very progressive, Chair, and as an immigration practitioner, it's a good bill to see, and the Law Association of Zambia is very proud of the bill. Thank you.
Nice to hear that from Law Association of Zambia. Honorable members, are there any clarifications you do need to bring out to the association? Vice Chair.
Thank you very much for your well-presented submission, and your summary was on point. The committee would like to find out what improvements does the Law Association of Zambia recommend to strengthen the legal drafting and internal consistency of bills.
Honorable members, are there any other questions?
I can ask you.
Yeah, we allow gender to gender, fire to fire now.
Okay, no problem. And does the Law Association of Zambia believe that the bill provides adequate checks and balance to hold immigration officers accountable for misuse of powers. Thank you.
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'll start with the last one. Indeed, the Law Association of Zambia believes that the bill is adequate, of course, save for a few of our concerns. But a review of the bill will show you members, Chair and members, that there has been an introduction of timelines as to when decisions may be made, not only by immigration officers, but also by the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, as it relates to certain critical immigration decisions, such as revocations of permits, issuance of visas, as well as permits. So the timelines, of course, will hold the Department of Immigration accountable in terms of how long can they take before they make a decision that adversely or positively affects a foreign national living in the country. Secondly, there's been an introduction of the Immigration Integrity Committee. I believe that's a positive introduction because any concerns as they relate to integrity and the Department of Immigration have been reduced and put into the law, and therefore they definitely will feel mandated to follow the law, and if not, they can be checked in accordance with the law. The second question, Chair, is how does laws, or how can laws improve in the drafting of bills? I'm correct? Yes. I believe as laws, as we are here submitting, we are fully committed to ensuring that all bills that are presented to us for our opinions are scrutinized for their legality, and also to ensure that they are in line with the Zambian Constitution. And I can safely say that we are committed to continue doing that in as far as drafted bills are concerned. Thank you, ma'am.
Vice Chair.
So number 4, section 75, subsection 5, which is deportation orders excluded from appeals. What human rights risks does LAS identify in this particular clause? And then lastly, what additional public participation measures does LAS recommend before the bill is enacted? Thank you.
Please.
Apologies, ma'am. Could you kindly repeat your second question?
Okay. The second question is that what additional public participation measures does LAS recommend before the bill is enacted? Because most of the time we find that our people have no idea. Then it's just, comes up and says this is new. So what recommendations would you make for the public so that they're well informed on this particular bill? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Chair. The first, I'll start with the second question. Public participation. I am not sure how much has been done, so perhaps if I relate to, if I speak to what has already been done, you may kindly assist me. I do believe we have an association for immigration consultants. I'm not sure if they have been consulted yet. I also know we have certain national.
They were here just before you came in.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Chair. That's a good one, because that's a huge stakeholder in the field of immigration. There are also a few NGOs, perhaps that pertain to the protection of immigrants, that may be consulted in as far as the bill goes, and I think I can speak to those two, ma'am. For the second question, you talked about what rights are hindered by the failure to, I'm rephrasing your question, but what rights are hindered in the failure to provide for an appeal mechanism in as far as deportation orders go? I believe the right to be heard. The laws of natural justice have not been accorded there. When you deport somebody, you're basically uprooting their whole life. depending on what type of migration pathway got them into Zambia. Some of them could be on residence permits, and that means they had been in the country at least 10 years before that on an employment permit, and then another 10 years on a residence permit. That is 20 years. So to merely deport them, which of course may be for the good of our national security, which is very important, but at least a right to be heard is something that is guaranteed under our constitution and is in line with the rules of natural justice. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Now, Laz, there has been a call for Department of Immigration to migrate to a service. What would be your comments to grow? Basically, the call is that the Immigration Department started as a small body, 200 members, rising to 400, 600. Now, there are over 2,000 employees in the department, and they feel as an institution maybe it's time for them to grow into a service so that they are not dependent on the Ministry of Home Affairs. They should stand as a service. Would you recommend that? Do you think it's time is ripe enough for them to grow to that status of a service, like the correctional service or something like that? What would be your views?
Thank you very much, Chair.
And maybe just to qualify, they believe when you are a department under a ministry, you're not really that independent. Every time it's like you have to request for this to be done, and therefore your operation, the independence of your operation somehow is affected. Maybe would like to hear your comment.
Thank you very much, Chair. And without pretending to be an expert on what it really entails to be a department and a service, I will speak from the point of my expertise in the field of migration. Migration is a topical issue, ever evolving, it's vast, and if we are going to talk about the need to become a service from that angle, then I am definitely competent enough to state that perhaps it is time from that angle. But if it comes to the point of governance and operational side, I'm sorry to let you down on that one, Chair, but from the other angle, definitely, it is time.
Please. Well, thank you very much. I note, honorable members, I think are very satisfied with your submission. It is Madam here who wanted just to, I think, have an interface. Very excited to see the team of ladies around. I think that's why she asked a number of questions. Otherwise, we remain very, very pleased with your submission, and that's how it should be. Remember, colleagues, Parliament operates in this manner so that we allow as much consultation as it can be. We can never operate in a vacuum. We need stakeholders like yourselves to add, especially when it comes to lawmaking, repealing of these laws and what have you, so we can together make our country, I think, a better place to live in. And therefore, what you bring to us on the table, and many others who come here, we really value it. And therefore, on behalf of Madam Speaker, just to thank you most sincerely again, especially that you are always around, not only to this committee, we know even to other committees whenever called upon. That's how it should be. And maybe just on behalf of the colleagues to withdraw that little immunity that we conferred onto you. Remember, all of us, I think, enjoy the same immunity out there. So we want to thank you most sincerely, and also for bringing the young lady to be amongst the parliamentarians. I'm sure I would love to be a member of parliament in future, not so? Eh?
Or a lawyer.
Or a lawyer, please. Thank you very much. After doing law, then you come to parliament. In an old age like myself, you come and suffer a bit. So, colleagues, let me just see off our visitors outside.
Breathtaking and thrilling. Visit Livingston City for pure adrenaline and fun. Let its thrills and spills inspire you. Livingston features arguably the best sunset views in the world. Memorable game viewing adventures in the small but well-stocked Mosi Otunya National Park, where you can see the rare white rhino. Experience the best of Zambia's rich culture and history at the Livingston Museum, or through visual and performing arts, food and folklore at the Bonfire by Night. And to crown them all, the awesome, majestic, mighty Victoria Falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, known in local language as Mosi Otunya, the smoke that thunders. A visit to Livingston is incomplete if it does not include this world-famous icon. Some call it Zambia, but we call it home. One Zambia, one destination, limitless exploring. Zambia, let's explore.
Parliament is open to members of the general public who may wish to undertake familiarization tours of Parliament buildings, either in groups or as individuals, or to attend sittings of the House or parliamentary committees. All those wishing to visit Parliament can either write to the Clerk of the National Assembly of Zambia or simply come to Parliament buildings. Upon arrival at Parliament buildings, visitors are required to identify themselves. A passport or national registration card is required for identification purposes. All visitors to parliamentary premises are required to wear smart attire, either office or casual wear. Before gaining access to the galleries, all visitors are oriented and issued with passes by the Security Department at the Media and Visitors Center. Those whom permission is granted to sit in the galleries will be ushered to the appropriate galleries by protocol officers. Furthermore, visitors are not allowed to take with them into the galleries such articles as walking sticks, umbrellas, briefcases or parcels of any type, newspapers, magazines or cell phones. All such articles must be deposited at the reception desk. Visitors to the galleries are given copies of the order paper which shows the order in which the business of that particular day would be taken. You can follow all parliamentary sessions and committee sittings on GoTV Channel 28, Topstar Channel 5, DSTV Channel 272, Parliament Radio, or like the National Assembly of Zambia Facebook page.
Honor the Vice President's question time.
Questions for oral answer understanding order number 76.
For a matter to be admitted, it has to be of recent occurrence.
Continue watching Parliament TV, a channel dedicated to bring Parliament closer to you.
Parliament TV, bringing Parliament closer to you.
My eParlament mobile application. First, download the app on either Play Store or App Store and install. After installation, open the app. Step 1. Register your personal information, that's your names, gender, NRC and date of birth. Step 2. Add your contact information, your email, phone number and home address. Step 3. Select your constituency. Step 4. Create your 4-digit PIN. At this point, the system will send an SMS to your mobile number with a one-time passcode. Step 5. Confirm with one-time passcode that was sent to your mobile. Step 6. Sign in using your phone number and the 4-digit PIN. And Step 7. Create your submission and submit. My eParlament, bringing Parliament closer to you. My eParlament mobile application. My eParlament is a mobile application developed by the National Assembly of Zambia in order to bring Parliament closer to you. You can download and install My eParlament from App Store or Play Store. Once installed, you can raise your concerns, provide your input, opinion and feedback on various projects or decisions being made in your constituency. On My eParlament mobile application, you can listen to Parliament Radio. You will have access to parliamentary documents such as bills and acts which are considered in Parliament. You also have access to National Assembly social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. You can also watch parliamentary debates live on our YouTube channel. Download My eParlament now. My eParlament, bringing Parliament closer to you.
On Know Your Constituency, we profile one of the most prominent constituencies in the country.
The constituency is facing a lot of challenges, but the major ones are, number 1, poor road network, communication network, no financial institutions, no colleges, no electricity, and inadequate infrastructure in both education and health.
bayuthi nabo onayika mulandu n'obwalwa n'abaana mayo bonse n'abaponenamu nsunko obwalwa kyena nakibonawula
ekyo ndeko nkomesha ndeko obuyantanshi kuno kwanga obukinjeko kuno mukushi is a farm block and then mukushi no turalimako ifintu things sana so no misevo poor road networks no challenge tukwete fyo tureshingwana na yena.
In Mukoshi, we watch Parliament TV.
Watch Parliament TV, the TV that brings Parliament closer to our community.
Parliament TV
Keep watching Parliament Television.
The primary role of the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, is to empower local communities, encourage community participation, ownership and decision-making in developing projects in rural parts of Zambia. Today, with the accompaniment of the Area Member of Parliament, Mr. George Sanga, we sightsee Lukasha constituency, predominantly a rural constituency. The aim is to understand and appreciate how the Constituency Development Fund is faring in this area. Mr. Chisanga's first visit was Chilobana Rural Health Post in Chiba Ward. The facility was constructed at a cost of 493,000 kwacha using the 2022 CDF allocation. He begins by explaining the significance of this facility.
Chiba Ward is the second biggest ward in the constituency, and as you heard from my councillor, it caters for over about 21,000 people. And this area alone where you are, the facility that we are trying to show today is supposed to cater for over 4,000 people, about 10 villages put together. For me, it is an initiative that I think I'm very delighted about, although I must say half delighted, because originally what we had intended to do was to put a mini hospital in Chiba Ward, together with several other wards which are distant, quite a distance from Kasama General Hospital, and we wanted to make sure that people that live in the outlying villages do not have to suffer making their way to Kasama General Hospital every time they have a challenge, either by themselves or a member of the family. So when we were informed by the new government that the initiative of putting a mini hospital in in Chiba Ward has been shelved, we then started lobbying, for assistance to be given some sort of health facility that can be utilized by the people while we think about the future plans of how to look after our people in Chiba Ward. Fortunately and gracefully, through CDF initiative, we were able to start this project. This project was started from scratch, and it is now ready for handover. We just have a few things that have to be done, especially the auxiliary works that need to be done to finish the facility. We also need to do a house for the health workers who are going to be servicing the community here. What you inspected here is basically a finished health facility. It's called Chilobana Rural Health Post. It's not even a clinic, it's slightly smaller.
And Chiba Ward Councillor Mr. Simbaya Kachingwe highlights some of the challenges they face in accessing health services.
This rural health post will cater for 80 villages which surround the rural health post, and is far from the Kasama urban clinic, which is about almost 22 kilometers from the town center. And the population of this area is almost about 4,000 people, which will benefit from this rural health post. And I'm very happy as an area councillor, so that my people at least benefit from it. The distance which they were covering from here up to Kasama Rural Urban Clinic or Kasama General Hospital will be lessened. All their needs in terms of health, it will be dealt with within at the same rural health post.
After the successful tour of Chilobana Health Facility, the Area Member of Parliament proceeded to inspect the Chiba Chilobana Road, which is in a deplorable state. Mr. Joshua Sinzumwa, a motorist in Luyeye village, is appealing to government and the Area Member of Parliament to work on the road.
The road is in a deplorable state. It has a lot of potholes, especially during the rainy season. It becomes impassable, and it's unavoidable because it's the main road.
In terms of
we find that we're spending a lot of money buying spare parts for our cars. We're just calling on government through our members of parliament to help the residents by working on it or just to upgrade it to bitumen standard.
And Mr. Chisanga explains the plans he has for the road and how the 2024-2025 Constituency Development Fund will be used to actualize his aspirations of having a good road network in Lukasha.
It's one of the most critical roads that needs urgent attention and we have demanded that from the CDF project we're going to do probably before the end of this year. This is one of the 3 major roads that are supposed to be worked on as a matter of priority. You observe for yourselves, it is in such a bad state. It will ease connectivity between the villages on the other side, which have got about 4,000 people, and the center of Chiwawa, which is very closer to town. These roads have been earmarked in the 2024-2025 CDF projects.
Another road of significance is Nyangu Nakapamba. It is